All right, Shalom. I want to start off, as always, by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim B'cha Kodash, double honors unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity, and also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And this is another video on secular and biblical history. And in this lesson, I'm going to cover the king of Assyria, whose name was Tiglath-Pileser III. All right, as you see here in the title. And I'm just going to grab a few documents on this guy and also get some scriptures because he is mentioned in the Holy Bible. Okay. But I just wanted to present this information and show you brothers and sisters out there that secular history and biblical history goes hand in hand. All right. The Bible is true. The things that are said in the Bible, they are true. And I know there's a lot of skeptics out there who try to disclaim the Bible and say this and say that. But we know that the word of the Most High God, Yahweh, is true. All right. And history proves it. Okay. And so I'm going to try to make this video here as short as possible through the Spirit, man. But I just wanted to share this information with you brothers and sisters out there so that when you go and you get a chance to read the book of 2 Kings, all right, you can have this information here knowing that what the prophets and the men of the Lord wrote down are true, okay? So as you can see here, it says Tiglath-Pileser. Now, I'm not going to read this information here first on Wikipedia, all right? I'm going to read this one here. Okay, this information here, it says kings of Assyria in biblical times. Now, in this informational document, okay, it pretty much gives an abridgment of what Tiglath-Pileser did during his reign, pretty much, okay, and how he encountered the Israelites. Now, you can find this document here. It's on Wednesday in the Word. All right, this is where I got it from. A good piece of document, man. But it goes into the different kings of Assyria, all right, during biblical times, man, all right? And it pretty much covers the Neo-Assyrian Empire, okay? Now, I think I read this information here first in my first video about Shalmaneser III, but I'll read it again, just for edification purposes, all right? It says, the Assyrian Empire is important to biblical history for devastation, or I should say for the devastation, I don't know why I worded like that, for of the kingdom of Israel and taking the 10 northern tribes into captivity in 722 BC. The Assyrian Empire began to arise around 1270 BC in the area far north of the Tigris River after the fall of Chaldea. The first capital of Assyria was Ashur. Nimrod was the capital of ancient Assyria. Then Nineveh became the capital during the reign of King Sennacherib, all right? And he's spoken about also in the Bible, all right? King Sennacherib. It says Nineveh soon became one of the largest cities of the ancient Near East. At the height of the Assyrian Empire, the kingdom embraced the lands of the northern Tigris, Armenia, Media, Babylonia, Elam, Mesopotamia, Syria, Israel, Judah, and the northern portion of Egypt. The city of Nineveh was finally destroyed by the Medes and Babylonians in 625 BC. And that account of Nineveh being destroyed is in the book of Tobit, okay? It was destroyed by King Nebuchadnezzar's father and King Astyages' father, all right? Astyages is spoken about, I believe, in the book of Bel and the Dragon, I believe, or I think the book of Susanna. One of those books, King Astyages is spoken of, okay? So their fathers took down the Assyrian Empire, okay? In particular, Nineveh, right? And in the scriptures tell you how Tobit lived to see the downfall of Nineveh and how he rejoiced at their fall. Okay, because they oppressed the Israelites, man. And this guy here, Tiglath-Pileser, okay, he played a major part in the downfall or the destruction of the northern kingdom, okay, also known as Samaria, right? So we're going to get into this small abridgment here of Tiglath-Pileser III, and Lord willing, this is edifying, all right? So it says Tiglath-Pileser III, Pul, okay, because in the Bible, he's also known as Pul, okay? And we're going to get that precept to show and prove that, all right? But it says 745, 727 BC. It says, seized the throne from Ashur-Narari the fifth. He restored Assyria to a major world power. He is the Pul mentioned in the Bible and the one who began to destroy Samaria, the capital of the northern kingdom of Israel. Now, let's get that scripture here showing that this Pul is referring to Tiglath-Pileser III, man. So this is 2 Kings 15:19. Real quick, it says, and Pul, the king of Assyria, came against the land, and Menahem gave Pul 1,000 talents of silver, that his hand might be with him to confirm the kingdom in his hand. Now keep this precept in mind, all right, because this one will come back up in secular history, right, which we're reading, but also it is etched on artifacts, okay? That's also going to be shown and proven, man. But real quick, let's go here to the Hebrew right here for Pul, so that you can see that it's talking about Tiglath-Pileser III, man, all right? And the Hebrew word is kakar, right? It has it 3603. Oh, no, Salakia. That's not Pul. My bad. I thought it was a Pul. Excuse me. Gave to Pul. Here we go. My bad. I clicked the wrong word. The word is Pawal, okay? H6322, right? Pawal. It says, distinguishing it, right? It says the Babylonian name for Tiglath-Pileser III, king of Assyria. So this was an actual king who actually lived and who had contact with the Israelite kings of ancient times. All right, our forefathers, man. So this is real, true history. Okay. Now, I want to keep this precept in mind here, right? So going back to this document here, right? So it says that he is the Pul mentioned in the Bible and the one who began to destroy Samaria, the capital of the northern kingdom of Israel. So Tiglath-Pileser, he was the first Assyrian king to pretty much destroy the northern kingdom, man, right? To put them in captivity, all right? It was Tiglath-Pileser III, right? It says he carried many away into captivity, right? He carried many away into captivity. Can we find this account in the Bible? Yes, we can, all right? If you go here to the book of 1 Chronicles chapter 5, verse 25, it says, and they transgressed against the God of their fathers and went a whoring after the gods of the people of the land, whom the Most High destroyed before them. And the God of Israel stirred up the spirit of Pul, king of Syria, and the spirit of Tiglath-Pileser, king of Syria, and he carried them away, even the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half tribe of Manasseh, and brought them unto Halah and Habor and Harah, and to the river Gozan unto this day. So it's documented here in the Bible that Tiglath-Pileser carried some of the northern kingdom away into captivity, man. All right. And his successor, right, Shalmaneser V, he really brought that blow to them when he carried them away into captivity, man. Right. And I'm going to get into that king next, Lord willing, some other time. But I just want to cover Tiglath-Pileser in this portion here, right? So getting here back to this document, it says he carried many away into captivity. It says this captivity is mentioned in his own inscriptions, the Babylonian Chronicle. Biblical records described how Tiglath-Pileser III exacted 1,000 talents of silver as tribute from King Menahem. Okay, we read this here, 2 Kings 15:9. It says, and Pul, the king of Assyria, came against the land, and Menahem gave Pul 1,000 talents of silver, that his hand might be with him to confirm the kingdom in his hand. And Menahem exacted the money of Israel, even of all the mighty men of wealth, of each man 50 shekels of silver, to give to the king of Assyria. So the king of Assyria turned back and stayed not there in the land. It says in the rest of the acts of Menahem, and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Menahem slept with his father, and Pekahiah, his son, reigned in his stead. Okay, so this actually happened now, right? He paid tribute, right, to Tiglath-Pileser. It says, biblical records described how Tiglath-Pileser III exacted 1,000 talents of silver as tribute from King Menahem, 2 Kings 15:19, right? We just read that. It says, and later defeated his successor, Pekah, 2 Kings 15:29. It says, Pekah had allied with Rezin, king of the Arameans, against Ahaz, king of Judah, who responded by appealing for the Assyrian monarch help with the temple gold and silver. Tiglath-Pileser answered swiftly. He first marched. Well, you know what? Let's get that account first. Hold on. Well, you know what? I'll read on. It says, he first marched his army down the eastern Mediterranean coast, taking coastal cities all the way to Egypt. This cut off his enemies' access to the sea. Once this was achieved, he returned to the northern kingdom of Israel, destroyed their army, and deported the people. He then installed an Israelite puppet king, Hoshea, in the place of Pekah, right? And we can find King Hoshea in the book of 2 Kings, chapter 17, right? But I wanted to get this account here real quick because it mentioned, right? And I'm gonna read this here. This a piece of document that I got. It says a biblical archaeology report. It says 3 Assyrian inscriptions about Hebrew kings, right? And I read this document in my last lesson about Shalmaneser III. Okay, I'll read this here. It says, again, it says, even a cursory reading of the book of Kings and Chronicles reveals that the Hebrew kings had many interactions with the kings of the surrounding nations. During the 7th and 8th century BC, the Assyrian Empire was the most powerful nation on earth, controlling most of the Middle East from the Persian Gulf to Egypt. It's hardly surprising then to read about these powerful Assyrian kings in the pages of scriptures. And right now, I'm covering Tiglath-Pileser III, right? Pul, okay? He's mentioned in the Bible. These are the precepts to confirm that he's in the scriptures. But I wanted to go down here, all right, to this artifact, okay, because there are artifacts that mention how Ahaz gave Tiglath-Pileser this tribute so that he can help him out in defeating Pekah and Rezin, right, the king of Syria, who came against him, okay? And we're going to get that account here in 2 Kings 16, but I wanted to get this information here first. Here we go. It says the tribute of Ahaz in the summary statements of Tiglath-Pileser III. So this Assyrian king mentioned King Ahaz, right, by name on this artifact, man. So for all you guys out there, you skeptics out there who say the Bible is made up and, you know, it's the white man book and they made all this stuff up, you're a loser, Okay? You're a freaking loser, man. There are more biblical artifacts than anything on the planet Earth, man. You can bet that, bro. There are more biblical artifacts, okay, than anything on the planet, man. This is the Most High God we're dealing with, man. You think he ain't got no artifacts and works and things like here that we can't look up and discover to show and prove and to substantiate what's written in the Bible? You're crazy, man, if you don't think that, right? But this is a piece of artifact, right, from the Assyrians that mention King Ahaz's name, right? It's called the Summary Statements of Tiglath-Pileser III. So it says, the Summary Statements of Tiglath-Pileser III confirms that Ahaz, king of Judah, gave him tribute as the Bible describes. So here it says, when Ahaz, king of Judah, was under siege by Rezin, king of Syria, and Pekah, king of Israel, he turned to the king of Assyria for help. The Bible records. I'm kind of excited, man, so forgive me. I'm kind of excited. But it says, the Bible records, so Ahaz sent messengers to Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, saying, I am your servant and your son. Come up and rescue me from the hand of the king of Syria and from the hand of the king of Israel, who are attacking me. Ahaz also took the silver and gold that was found in the house of the Lord and in the treasures of the king's house, and sent a present to the king of Assyria. And the king of Assyria listened to him. 2 Kings 16, verse 7 to 9. Now, down here it says what? In 1873, Austin Henry Layard discovered the palace of Tiglath-Pileser III, in which were unearthed numerous inscriptions summarizing the king's accomplishments. In the summary inscription 7, Tiglath-Pileser III described the tribute that Jehoaz gave him. It says, in the Syrian inscription, Ahaz is referred to as Jehoaz, his longer name, with the theophoric prefix. The Bible simply refers to him by his short name. Dating to 729 BC, it reads, in all the countries which I received the tribute of, Jehoaz, i.e. Ahaz of Judah, consisting of gold, silver, tin, iron, antimony, forgive me if I'm pronouncing that word wrong. It says linen garments with multicolored trimmings. It says Tiglath-Pileser III's summary statement 7 confirms the tribute the Bible describes King Ahaz, Jehoaz, bringing to him, although the biblical inventory lists only the most precious items of gold and silver. So we do have actual artifacts, okay, amongst the heathens that mention our forefathers, man. Why would they just make this up? Okay? Tiglath-Pileser III didn't just make this up. He actually got tribute from them, man. And it's recorded in the Holy Bible. Okay? Now, I was going to read this here, but, they pretty much covered it, all right, with Ahaz and how he met, Tiglath-Pileser and how he came and helped him out, and you can go read about it, okay, here in 2 Kings, all right? He's mentioned, okay? He's mentioned Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, right? So now, I think that was everything on this document here, all right? Yeah, so now I'm gonna go to this here, and then I'll close out. Now I won't make this too much longer. This is Wikipedia, right? Concerning Tiglath-Pileser III, excuse me. Now I want to jump down here to his conquests, okay? Or his campaigns, right? Now, it says wars and conquests, right? So I want to get to the important stuff, right? All of it is important, but I want to get to the important stuff concerning our people, okay? It says conquest of the Levant, right? The Levant region, right? So now, jumping down here to this portion, okay? I'm going to read this. I do that for. I'm going to read this portion here. No. Not that portion. Excuse me. This portion here. I want to read this portion here first. Not going to let me do it, I see, huh? Here we go. Right, so this portion here, right, it says, the strategy employed by Tiglath-Pileser and his successful conquest of the Levant was carefully thought out and prepared. Instead of attacking the strongholds of the larger states, he first subdued smaller kingdoms through fast and wide-ranging attacks. The early conquest brought coastal and flatlands under his rule, which meant that Assyrian troops in the later campaigns could march through the region fast and efficiently. During the campaign against Hamath, Tiglath-Pileser conquered and annexed Syro-Hittite kingdom of Patin. Hamath was spared full annexation, with the kingdom being allowed to remain somewhat independent as a vassal state. The victory inspired more states in the region to pay tribute to the Assyrians, including the Phoenician city of Byblos, the kingdom of Israel, and various states in eastern Anatolia, and some Arab tribes. Israel and Damascus had sent aid to Hamath during the conflict. Now, I want to get down here to this here. I'm going to read this portion, right? I'm going to read this portion here about him. It says, Tiglath-Pileser marched on the Levant for the fifth time in 734, reaching as far south as the border of Egypt. This campaign resulted in the conquest of Gaza and the submission of numerous states, effectively bringing the entire Levant under direct or indirect Assyrian rule. Assyria and Egypt shared a border for the first time in history, as Qualuna, Judah, Edom, Moab, and Ammon, and the Muna Arab tribe all began paying tribute to Tiglath-Pileser. By extending his control throughout the Levant, Tiglath-Pileser formed a semicircle of control around Israel and around Damascus, and cut them off from Egypt, which had at times offered support to the Levantine states. It says the Assyrian efforts resulted in Aram Damascus becoming both geopolitically isolated and without a large enough food supply to feed its people. And then I'll read this last portion here and I'll close out. Read this portion here. It says, in 733, Tiglath-Pileser resolved to submit his conquest. In this year, he again campaigned against Aram Damascus, still the strongest remaining native state in the region, which was supported by the Assyrians' tributaries Tyre and Asqualuna, as well as Israel. In 732, Damascus failed, and Tiglath-Pileser annexed the lands of Aram Damascus. In the same conflict, Tiglath-Pileser also captured Tyre and defeated Israel, which he divided in half, annexing the northern portion of the kingdom as a province of Megiddo and subjugating the southern portion as a vassal kingdom. The weakening and enormous reduction in size of Israel was seen by the Israelites as vindicating predictions of impending doom made by the prophet Amos a few decades prior. Okay, so this is actual history, man. Okay, secular history that goes hand in hand with biblical history, man. It's so beautiful, right? All you have to do is just research, all right? There are artifacts, plenty of documents proving that this king, Tiglath-Pileser III, actually existed, and he had contact with the Israelites, man. All right, he's spoken about in the Bible. So I'm going to close out here, man. Hopefully this wasn't too long and drawn out for you brothers and sisters out there. Only been going for 24 minutes now, so that's a good thing. Okay, 24 minutes is okay, man, for this information here. But Lord willing, man, this was edifying. You know, you can go back through this information if you want. You know, just check it out. Easy, you know, information here, man, to look up. Everything, you know, is here. You can go read about it. But Lord willing, it was edifying, man. I'm going to close out here by giving our praise and glory once again unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Chakadash. The bond is unto the apostle, and elders of great millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect. Shalom.